Good morning, champion. How you doing, baby?
Dude, I'm better now. I got my boy with me. What's going on, bro?
Tell me more. Okay, what else? What else you want to say?
Stop. Oh my god. Okay, so first off, hold on. Let's hit this button because I have this get started with
It's not gonna work because I thought we weren't doing that, so I didn't transition everything over
Oh,
to
all right. You're
Google. That's
fine.
on me.
You're fine.
I'm
You're
sorry.
fine.
Yeah,
Okay, it's all
sorry.
good. Yeah, because I have no idea. I literally, well, I'll we can at least say that you're the first person that I hit the knock on the door button for. So
It worked and it came. So just so you know, it came through on my screen and it was like, oh, join Uchi and stream or join Uchi and collab, something like that.
uh huh.
And when I hit yes, it was like, oh, you don't have the right browser. I'm like, ugh. And then I also have a notification that says, Uchi wants to collaborate, click to accept.
Yeah, yeah,
So just so
yeah.
you know, it works. So
Okay.
I got to transition over to Google like today. So that way I
Mm.
can do this stuff for the future. Sorry, man.
Nah, you're good. So did every? I know you were telling me how you had to like reset your computer. Did that go smoothly? I guess since you were able to stream.
No, I didn't do it because I was doing dad things. So
Ah,
I'm
gotcha.
probably gonna have to do that tomorrow
Okay.
or later today. Yeah, we'll see. I'm not gonna rush it. Not gonna rush it.
All right.
We'll see.
So how did
Yes.
how'd you feel about today's direct?
Okay, there were a lot of good things that I liked. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Yeah, there were some things that made me like very shocked and surprised. Um, I'll say my top three was, or yeah, I'll say my top three was the Galaxy movie, because I think, and I might make a lot of people mad, I think Mario Galaxy is the greatest 3D Mario game of all time,
Oh,
personally.
snap. Okay.
Yeah, I'll call it. I'll stand on that hill. I'll die on it, and I'll fight anybody on that hill. Let's go. We can throw
Hey.
hands.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah, so that was one. Um, didn't know Metroid Prime 4 was open world, which was, in terms of like using a bike and like traversing around and stuff, because I'm used
Mm-hmm.
to just being like on foot.
Yeah.
And you could do like crazy bounty hunter battles like that, which was pretty fucking cool. So that was dope.
Yeah.
Um, so I like that. And then lastly was the Virtual Boy. Lost my shit on the Virtual Boy. Don't know how many people have had the opportunity to play it, use it, understand it, but I grew up on the Virtual Boy, so it hit a very special nostalgia part of me that was like, I'm getting that full goddamn contraption. Y'all gonna watch me sink my face into that screen and I'm gonna go bonkers the minute
Yeah.
I'm able to get that.
Yeah, so I will say on the Virtual Boy mention, because like as we were watching this whole presentation, I've never done this before. I literally was taking notes. Okay, I never take notes on stuff like this. And just
Okay.
as far as like I wanted to just see the order of like the releases. I was doing pretty good up to the part like towards the end where they were just kind of like shooting a bunch of games like flashing them like on the screen like really quick.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But yeah, like for Virtual Boy, I was actually surprised because low key, and no offense to anyone that's Virtual Boy fans, I totally forgot this thing existed, and I did not anticipate them to even have such a, I guess, like a need to feature it on on their platform for the or not the virtual console. I'm saying
Yeah,
Virtual
you're
Boy
right.
in my head. Oh, well, it's for
No,
the
you're right. Yeah.
expansion pass, right?
Yeah. So it's part of it's one of the other emulators that's gonna be on there.
Right, right. Yeah.
Mhm.
So, to me, my first initial reaction was that, oh, so this is like their response to like not having any sort of like VR on a Nintendo system. Like this is like their entry point. I feel like, even though like it's very much a stretch considering that it's obviously only going to be playing like old games like that was Virtual
Yeah.
Boy console type games. But Nintendo, from what I've noticed, I mean, I guess I shouldn't just say this would apply for Nintendo. This is kind of like for everyone that is in the space of creating new types of hardware and in the technology spaces. But it's like when you look at, since we're talking Nintendo, when you look at like their their history, right? If you go back to the Wii U, the Wii U, you can even treat that as a prototype of the Switch. And then the Switch was like the full proof of concept, and now the Switch 2 is essentially just a way better Switch. And then
Yeah.
like them introducing this Virtual Boy, to me at the very least, is like, okay, so this could lean towards them eventually creating like a new peripheral that acts like in the same light, where it's like you put the Switch in the thing, which I thought when they did that, I was like, no wonder why they have a tripod stand for this thing, because there's no way you're just gonna stick this on your head and like, you know what I'm saying? Like, to me, that was like really funny. So yeah, like oh, you know what? I should probably look that up. Did you get a chance to see like how much that thing's gonna cost? Because I think pre-orders go live today for that.
Yeah, I didn't look up the price to see what the peripheral would cost. And there's two, because there's the physical like Virtual Boy one, and then there's the I forgot what the cardboard thing that they made for
Yeah.
the Switch called, but there's like a cardboard cutout version of it as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I
So
didn't look into it.
okay, so you do know the prices?
No, I don't. I
Oh,
didn't
you
look
do.
into it.
Oh,
I just know there's just there's two variants of it.
okay. Yeah, I'm trying. I'm on. Here we go. I'm on the site right now, just looking to see if they even show it. And right now, I'm just seeing I'm just seeing a bunch of what you'd expect to see nowadays, like all the recent products. Nothing like new. I don't know if there is. They should do this better. They just announced this. How is this not on the front page or anything like that? All right, whatever.
It's because they don't know either.
Yeah, probably not, right? So in any case, right? So I thought that was pretty cool as well. Did anything else like stick out to you that you wanted to like, I guess, talk about? Because there's a lot of stuff that they announced today.
Right. So those were my top three that I was like, take my money, my social, and my ID at the same time. Like, it's fine. I'm okay.
Social.
Yeah, like I'm okay with you taking all of that, and like I have no problem of just turning a blind eye and turning the other cheek on that. No problem.
All
Yeah,
right.
those are like my top three for sure. What were yours that stood out?
Okay, so I will say off the bat, aside from, I guess I should say the Super Mario Galaxy movie, like similar to like how you were saying, because you like you're standing on your hill
Oh
with
yeah.
saying that
Oh
Galaxy
yeah.
is the best one,
Mhm.
and
Oh yeah.
to no offense to you, I've never played Galaxy, so I'm actually more interested now, because I thought, I could have sworn that they were gonna go in order of, I guess, games as far as like the movies were concerned, especially with the Yoshi tease at the end of the film. I was just like, oh well, that's a layup. The next movie is gonna be called Super Mario World, and then
Yeah.
they were like, nah, actually, we're just gonna skip over that and Sunshine and go straight to the Galaxy. But then
Yeah.
they kind of also teased it within their announcement, saying how like, even though this movie is gonna take a lot of inspiration from the Galaxy games, there's gonna be a lot of other features from other Mario eras in this movie as well, which kind of
Sure.
makes me like think or start speculating that, okay, they're gonna take moments from Super Mario World and Sunshine, and I guess even 64 at that point. Well, I mean, you could consider the first one was more 64 than anything, but either way, it's supposed to be like, there is no like order. They can do whatever they want at the end of the day. Like, it's their choice. You know what I'm saying? So, I'll definitely say that, because the first movie I loved. I love that first movie so much. And I'm looking forward to, seeing how the second one comes out, and like what they're gonna do with the story, and what they could do to potentially set up for what's to come maybe afterwards, because this franchise, they just print money like it's nothing. Like, I feel like it's safe to assume that there is always gonna be like Mario movies in theaters out after however many years. What was it, like 2 years already that the last one was out?
Yeah, I believe it came out 2 years ago, if
Okay.
I'm right. Or yeah, like a year or 2 years. So it makes me wonder that, like, because I felt like when they initially announced it, like I remember, I think I was back in like North Dakota, so that was like 2017-ish, where they were talking about the Mario movie, and then if I
Yeah.
remember correctly, they even had to like go back and um like I don't know, there were like massive delays and stuff about the movie, but they were like, fret not, it's still gonna come out, it's still gonna come out. And it almost seems like they were kind of doing the two for one, where they were like, this
Mm-hmm.
movie's gonna slap. We know it because we're Nintendo, so we're gonna make this movie. First
Yeah.
animated video game movie to do, I think, like net $1 billion.
Yep.
And then, but while we're doing that, we're already preparing for the next thing. Because I can't believe it's like, what, 7 6 7 months in April? It's already
Yeah.
dropping the next one. Like, dude, that's insane. Like, that's so quick.
Yeah. No, seriously, it is. Um, so yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Some other ones. There's like a few that really like. I guess I'll say like the ones that made me say like, oh, like that looks a lot of fun. Like I would definitely play that. That Storm Lancers, it was like,
Oh,
yeah, the side scroll roguelike co-op beat 'em up thing. That's available today too.
yes, that looks so fire. I was like, this is my game. This has my name all over it. It looks so
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. Like it takes and that's another thing. It's like I feel like I'm so deprived. Like there's so many freaking games that like I've never got to experience. Like, they shouted out Hades later in the presentation. I never played Hades, but like I feel like just
You would love that.
yeah, like I feel like just being around all of this, like all of these games and just like this medium of entertainment overall, like I am aware of the success and the popularity behind Hades, so it's like I don't think I'm out of line for saying that Hades was like a genre defining game, because now I feel like I see a lot more roguelike types of games just being made now, and I think that's sick.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think what Hades did was they brought it more to light, especially for
Yes,
console users,
yes,
because roguelikes were more like I think it was more common to find it on PC. And
okay,
then Hades was like, well, hey, we're on PC plus consoles, and here's a really cool, unique game about, you know, these gods, and how like the story continues to unwind whether you win or lose, and how you can get stronger as you keep going through these playthroughs, and the more you die, the stronger you get, as long as you keep progressing, going through. And the storytelling is unmatched. Like I
right,
never seen a game do a storytelling that well,
yeah,
when it comes to like a roguelike kind of game.
mm-hmm.
So that kind of put it on the map, and it was like, wow, I want more of this. And it's like, well, hey, no problem, because there's definitely more to come around.
Yes,
And
sir.
now they're just like, bro, like every month there's a new roguelike coming out, which is awesome, because it's a great genre that I'm glad more people have been able to discover.
Yeah, yeah, I feel you on that. Like I just dude, there's so many freaking games, man. Every time like these directs and presentations, showcases, they come out, I'm always reminded like, dude, my backlog will never run out.
Yep.
It'll always get added, and I'll just never have enough time. Like it's very overwhelming, but I guess it's one of those good feelings to have, like in the event that I don't know, I hit the lottery or something, and like I don't have to actually work a day job, and I can actually go through my actual backlog. Like that'd be great, Like I'd have an infinite amount of games. It seems like. Um,
Let me ask you this.
yeah, go ahead, go
Just
ahead.
a side note. What's your oldest game that you have as a backlog right now?
Oh my god, I don't even know. At this point, it's like I feel like if I was to go to that list and reference back like how far it would go, I got games like I guess you could even count like Super Mario on the 64. Like I've never beaten it, but like I've played through it a bunch. There was even a point in time like a few years ago where I was streaming it, and I'm like, man, this game is frustrating. Like the controls are wonky. It's like it's so like slippery. Like what is going on here? Like, and it's a classic, of course, but it's just like,
Yeah.
I keep it a buck the entire time. Like I don't hold back. And obviously I love Mario, but damn, like what's going on here? But I feel like if you're asking me how old, I guess I would have to consider the original 3 Ninja Gaiden games on the Nintendo, since funny enough, this is a
Okay.
Nintendo related conversation, so there you go.
Not that old. Maybe maybe I should have been more specific. I'm sorry. Maybe within like the last 5 to 7 years. You have anything
Oh,
closer, more recent?
more recent.
Yeah.
I guess
Like
I don't even know. Yeah, that's the thing. There's so
for
many.
me would be Final Fantasy VII, like the first remake.
Oh my God. Okay, you just reminded me, and I'm sure if my boy Sweet Johnny Cage watches this back, he's gonna be like, "Yeah, where's your freaking playthrough of Rebirth?" Because
Uh,
I at least beat Remake, but I still need to
okay.
finish Rebirth. I
Okay.
haven't finished that yet. Which, funny enough, they did announce that
Yeah.
the Rebirth Intergrade is gonna be dropping on January 22nd for the Switch 2, which is cool. I like to
Right.
see all these very popular titles, pop up on, like, not even just with Nintendo, but just like everywhere, because it's
Hmm.
just good for the whole gaming space in general, I think.
Yeah. Agreed.
So let me ask you this: did you peep that Pop-U-Com game, the 3D co-op color platformer?
Yes. That's the one where it was like you could do up to 4 player co-op and everybody has a dedicated color to them. Is that the one you're talking about?
Yeah. So everyone, I think if you're like playing with two people, you control up to two colors.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Yeah, I think when I saw that, I was like, okay, that's actually kind of sick. Like, I'm always I guess what's the word that I'm looking for? Like, I'm very like pleased to see whenever like a specific game genre goes into a direction that it's like I would never think of doing, and then they do it. I'm just like, oh yeah, like that works. Like that's really cool. Like I liked it a lot. I probably want to try playing that at some point too.
That is not for me, but I like the
Ah,
concept. Yeah. I don't think it's. I just don't think it's for me.
okay.
Because it kind of reminds me of like single player adventure dumbed down Splatoon. Personally.
Oh, I see. Yeah,
Yeah.
it gives the vibe of Splatoon a little bit. So you didn't like
Yeah.
Splatoon?
No, I love Splatoon's
Oh,
multiplayer. I
okay.
love it. But
Yeah.
I've never jumped into the story of Splatoon like ever. I actually think I tried it once and I got so bored I fell asleep on stream. And I go, what am I doing? I'm playing story mode. Now we're going multiplayer. I need to wake up. And then I just went and I never looked back. And I only played multiplayer and I love it.
Yeah, I definitely I have to agree with you on that. I mean, I feel like I need games that they're immersive, but they're also keeping me active because, like, no
Yeah.
offense to any game, because listen, even some of my favorite games like Final Fantasy VII, there's always gonna be moments where I will just start getting sleepy because there's always like those lull periods where you're like
Yep.
traversing or you're trying to do upgrades or you're trying to
Yeah.
strategize like how you want your units to go and all that kind of stuff. So
Exactly.
yeah.
So here's where I might hurt a lot of people in the world. I bought so when the Nintendo Switch came out,
Uh-huh.
I bought it on day one with Breath of the Wild.
Mm-hmm.
And I've only put 4 hours to this day into
Oh,
that game.
here, I'm gonna join you, my brother in arms, right? I have 0 hours. Okay, zero. I don't even own the game. Okay, I own that. I own
But
the
I do
fact that
own it.
yeah, you own
I
it. I own the fact that I don't own it, and I'm proud to just say out there into the ethos that I don't really play Zelda like that. Like I'll play the Hyrule Warriors. That game actually looked kind of fun. That's more my flow.
so and I'm glad you mentioned that because my thing is like, all right, I've done a disservice. I've done a disservice to the Zelda universe fans because how dare I buy the Switch? Which this big thing was Breath of the Wild, which everyone in the world raves about. And
Yeah.
I swear to you, I'm sure the videos are long gone. It's possible to find, but like I tried to stream it and I fell asleep because I wasn't
There
engaged.
you
And
go.
yep, and I went, you know what? I'm just gonna play Smash. That's it.
There
And
it
I just
is.
reverted back to playing Smash Bros. And I didn't turn back. Yeah. So, but my goal is to, since it's a full crazy storyline that's engulfed between the Hyrule Warriors games
Mm-hmm.
and then this whole Breath of the Wild / Tears of a Kingdom series, I want to kind of do like a big thing where I
Mm.
incorporate both so I can get the full storyline between the two. Because I think one of the Hyrule Warriors, um, it takes place in between 1 and 2, and then
Okay.
that one that they showed right there um,
Age
talks
of
about a lot of
Imprisonment.
things. Yeah, it talks about a lot of things that happens into that. Again,
Mm,
it was only hinted at and spoken about, and you caught glimpse of, but you don't know what really was what like happened and what were the outcomes of all this stuff.
okay.
So I think that would be really cool to kind of like go through that to really get the full story of what's going on. Because somebody told me, no, you don't really need to. It just touches up on some things, and I'm like, yeah, but that's probably important. Like I want to do the whole experience and
Yeah.
and 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 really engulf myself into that world, and I think that would be really fun. And I'll have all the energy drinks and all the coffee in the world to ensure I stay up and I don't fall asleep in front of everybody.
I was
Yay!
I was just gonna recommend that whenever you do take this on, to just have snacks and stuff ready just to keep you up. 'Cause
Yeah,
I know
yeah,
that's what I end up trying to do, at least whenever I do get those opportunities to go through a game that I know will inevitably put me to sleep. And I feel so bad because like there's so many games, like I mean we could talk about Pokemon in a bit, but like the original Pokemon Arceus game that came out like a little bit
Oh,
ago.
Legends. Yeah,
Yeah, the
yeah,
Legends
Legends.
game, yeah.
Yeah,
Like that game was awesome, but the problem
yeah,
I had was, for one, obviously never beat it because of course I didn't. And two, it was like I had a lot of fun just like endlessly roaming around just catching everything that I
yeah.
saw, and
Yes.
I made no progress because the game did not like force me at any point to go back and like continue with the story. Like I literally was just going and going and going, and then after like an hour or two of just doing that, I'm like, man, like am I making any progress? And everyone in chat's just like, I don't know, bro, but this is kind of lit. And then I would just be falling asleep the next second because it's like it's like just the same thing over and over and over. So
Yeah, I
like
feel that.
yeah. So I don't know. Like I will always have the intention of wanting to, just get an experience with any of these games that at least look enticing enough for me. But I always worry about, I'm like, man, like I know if I play this, I'm gonna fall asleep, bro. Like it's no offense to the people behind the game, to the fans of the game, but yeah, I gotta call it right down the line, like
Yeah.
so.
So then, what do you think about the new one though? Because now the new one looks a lot more engaging, and it's not like just some open wilderness area. Like it looks like it's really, like way more into the future. And I think the new battle system looks awesome.
I have to agree with you 100%. Like, and it's, I mean, it's no secret. Like, you and I have been trying to figure out like what the hell we're trying to do with all this Pokemon hype, going into Legends ZA for sure.
Yeah,
But the one surprise with the Legends ZA, I don't want to say announcement, but it's more of like an additional reveal because everyone's known about it. But the Mega Dimensions DLC, like, first of all, when I saw the X and the Y, I'm like, are we getting X and Y remakes already? And I was like,
that's what I thought.
it's just Raichu Mega Evolution. So good for the Raichu fans. Our boy getting freaking two tails of, electric hype and all that kind of stuff. So nothing outside of that is we don't know anything else about it. But what did you think about that announcement?
So I'll be honest, when it comes to like the whole mega evolution stuff, I'm like, oh, what's this? Like I don't know anything about it. I don't know what any of them really look like unless like I'm playing something and
Yeah,
I'm like, oh, you can mega evolve. Oh, that's what it looks like. Like I don't know what any of them look like. So when
that's
I saw
fair.
the X and Y, at first I was like, oh, we're getting a remake for X and Y. That's sick. And then one of my boys in chat was like, no, that's just Raichu's mega evolution. He has two? What the fuck is going on?
Yo,
That
I
was the
didn't even
same thing
know
when
that.
like there's a Mewtwo X and Mewtwo Y, and he has a mega evolution. I'm like, he has two? What? Why?
But
I'm
why?
so like, yeah, I'm so like out of touch when it
Mm-hmm.
comes to the mega evolutions of the Pokemon. So I think it's cool. It looks fire, but yeah, I don't know like why that's so special because he has two forms and like why there's a paid DLC specifically for Raichu, and he has an X and Y form. And like, how does it affect the game? Is it just because you can get the mega evolutions, or is there more to it? Like, I'm trying to figure that out.
Yeah, like so from what I feel like this is my own deduction. I feel like we see a certain specific popular Pokemon that are loved and adored by loads of fans, or at least maybe not that part at the very least, but like especially the widely known or popular types. Those end up getting like two mega evolutions. So at the time,
Mm,
it was literally just Mewtwo for a point, and
yeah.
then you know when because I remember when X and Y was around, and then we saw the reveals of like, oh, like Mewtwo has two mega evolutions. Like, oh my god, like what? Like that's crazy.
Yeah.
Like why does he get two? And then literally within that thought, I was like, man, I hope I hope whoever is the second person or the second Pokemon rather to get Mega Evolution will be my boy Charizard. And man, when they released that freaking X version, bro, oh my god, I was going crazy. I was like, they listened, like so you know, of course, luckily enough for me as a Charizard lover myself,
Mhm.
I was super excited to see my boy get two Mega Evolutions. But as far as I know, I don't think there's been another Pokemon aside from those two that have two Megas. Now, I feel like Raichu is the third, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong because but then again, they haven't gone back to the Mega Evolution well in years. This is like the first time in a very long time.
Okay. Is
Yeah.
Raichu new? Or like was that fairly new of an announcement that he has two mega
For
evolutions?
me, it is because I
Okay.
haven't heard or seen anything in regards to that. I don't know if that was something that was like previously revealed or leaked or something like that. But for me, it was brand new. So
Okay.
seeing that, I was like, oh, that's actually really cool. And I'm also kind of surprised that it's Raichu and not just Pikachu. But that's fine too. It's whatever.
Okay. So and I just want to be clear. So you seeing that today was the first time you saw that he even had two evolutions.
Yep. Yep. First time.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Now I have a better understanding. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. So also so I know that I already had one person in my chat mention like, oh, like no Smash, right? And
Uh,
I'm like it's way too early. However, what I do want to ask you related to Smash is that we got news about Sakurai doing, or at least he's coming back to do a Sakurai Direct for the Kirby Air Riders game, right? That's coming
yeah.
very soon. So like as someone who has never played Kirby Air Riders, um how did you react to the announcement of a Sakurai Direct for that game coming up?
It makes sense. So I never played Air Riders myself.
Oh, okay, so you and I are in the
So
same boat. All right, cool.
same boat. Yeah, because my experience for Air Riders, I actually thought it was the worst game ever. And it's nobody's fault. It was at my local GameStop at the time where I was living in New York. Their demo kiosk had Kirby Air Riders, and
Uh-huh.
my friends were like, "Oh, this game's amazing." I was like, "Oh, let me play." And then I tried to play the demo, and I couldn't even drive. But
Wow.
I didn't know the controller, the C stick was like just janked up so bad, and I had no idea. So I'm like, this game is ass. What is so great about this game? Like this is straight doo-doo. Like
That's
what? This game is
hilarious.
terrible. Yeah, and then I didn't realize it until many years later, and I was like, oh, is that what happened? Because I think I saw like a trailer or something of like Kirby Air Riders. I'm like, wait a minute, my man's driving and he's like jetting around and it's fast paced. This is not the experience what the hold on. I played the wrong game. This something's um and I was realizing like, oh, so the controller was messed up. Oh, okay. So
Hmm.
now when I saw the direct, I was like, wow, this game looks like Mario Kart on crack. Like this looks crazy.
Yeah, it
It
looks
looks
like
like
a
a
lot of
fighting
fun.
game. Yeah, it looks like a fighting game Mario Kart into one kind of experience. I was like, this looks pretty sick. So I'll be honest, I'm kind of on board with Air Riders. I think it
Yeah.
looks like a lot of fun. It looks like something people are really gonna navigate to and jump to. And want to sink a lot of time into. So I think that's great. I'm glad there was no Smash because if you look at it for the Switch, um, like they took their time with it
Yeah.
to release something about Smash. They let the other games shine, right? Like a bunch of games came out prior to Smash even being spoken about, right? Like you had ARMS come out, Fire Emblem came out, obviously Zelda came out. Like there was a few games that were definitely released that needed its time to shine. Even not Galaxy, Odyssey, right? Like all
Yeah.
these other games came out first before they were like, all right, now it's good to talk about Smash. And
Yeah.
I think that it's the same thing. Like here again, like they're not just going to be like, oh, the Switch 2 came out 2 months ago. Well, here you go. Here's Smash. Like, man, that doesn't make any sense. Like, give it time. Let it marinate. Let it cook.
Yeah, let it cook.
Yeah, let the other games be talked about. Let Metroid Prime come out, right? Look, Fire Emblem come out. Great. Like, let these games shine and come out. Then you get your collaborative all-in-one um amazing fighting game, right? That
Right.
you're all fucking drooling at the mouth for. And you can't think of it can't have any other game come out besides Smash. That's all you guys ever think about. It's crazy how deranged Smashers are, and they're just like, no, it's the only game for me, and that's it. And then you wonder why. You're like, who's this character from the DLC? That's whack. And it's like, yeah, this is like one of the most goated characters of all time. And you're so like stuck in your cave and under a rock. You have no idea how great these characters are. And the only way you learn about them is because of Smash. It's like,
Right.
You uncultured swine, you. I can't stand you. Sorry.
Hey, admittedly though, I will say, in the past, like when obviously Smash has featured like so many different characters within Nintendo's IPs that I just was like, I never played Fire Emblem, and like I usually enjoy playing a lot of the Fire Emblem characters in Smash Brothers as it is, right? But like, yeah, for me personally, I was like, listen, as someone who loves Smash, who considers Smash to be one of my favorite series of all time, like, it's way too soon. And even to add to, you know, what you're saying, I mean, like, out of this entire list of announcements and games that we have for the very near future, like, I feel like they didn't really announce anything past spring of 2026, with the exception of like the few things that they said like it's just coming out next year with no date, which you would obviously assume like, okay, so that means it's like past the spring point, because they were not shy to announce anything that was from the months of January to April with no problem. So it's like we can assume like from May onward, that's kind of the window where you know, people could speculate when any of these unannounced 2026 titles could drop. But yeah, I really do think it's wise for them to spread their games out so that way people have time to enjoy them. They give enough time to each game, and then like if they're the blessed folks that have enough time to, you know, just hop into anything at any point in time of their lives, like kudos to you, more power to you. Like I would, even if I was in that position, I would still feel overwhelmed, because it's like, dude, it's like, how many games are going to come out back to back to back? Like, you know, exactly. It's kind of crazy. So yeah, I think the smart thing to of course do is to just let all these games have their time, give them a nice fair space to work with, to allow people to really like play through it, maybe play through it again, chill out before like you just start dropping all these like AAA games, like, or AAA, you know, I put air quotes, but like AAA Nintendo titles, you know, to the console, because like there's mass stuff here. It's like,
yeah.
You know, like even I personally, just to like, I guess, continue with our conversation, like I will say like other games that had piqued my interest, and as someone who's been like a very like distant casual fan, I guess you could consider, like Dragon Quest 7 Reimagined looked awesome, and like I'm someone that has only ever played and surprisingly beat the very first Dragon Quest.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and there's like, and that's a franchise that has like over like 11 or 12 games at this point or something. So
yeah, I think they're on like 12 or 13 now. Something
yeah,
like that is the latest one in terms of like the chronological order. You're right. There's so many.
Yeah, and so it's like you have that, you have Metroid Prime 4 Beyond that looked really cool. I never even got a chance to play the DK Bonanza, but the fact that they're already having DLC for it is, you know, obviously a good thing. Hades 2 coming to the Switch 2. Like, and I wanted to ask you about this too, like Super Mario Tennis Fever. So it's like there's all these games that like I want to play, but it's like, will I ever get the chance? You know?
Agreed. So I'm gonna piggyback on what you're saying there, but I just wanted to jump back. So the reason, and There's a reason why they only announce stuff from now until quote unquote spring is because remember for them their fiscal year begins April. The new fiscal year begins April 1st.
Oh, yeah, makes
So for
sense.
the shareholders, they have to announce what's coming out all the way now into the Christmas season, what's potentially coming out the first 3 months of 2026, and then
Right.
probably by towards the end of that, you'll get your next direct for obviously us to get hyped, but at the same time for the shareholders to be like, all right, so how are we going to reinvest back into Nintendo for 2026? What's
Right.
coming out? What are you
Right.
guys cooking? Right? What are
Right.
you working on? And here's my secret, like, wish for
Mm.
Smash. Just
Oh,
to close that out.
future proofing. Okay.
Yeah. I feel like let Smash or whatever edition of Smash is going to come out, whatever they're going to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let it cook, and I look. They could do two ways. Either A, they just decide we're just going to move forward. It's a new Smash, or B, you do a crazy Fever Dream 2-for-1 special where you do a like Smash Ultimate collection, like all in one bundle. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so you get the game with all the DLC on there,
Mm-hmm.
but you add rollback netcode to it.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
just add roll, and that's all you need. Just add. Well, okay, I would say add rollback netcode to it, and then don't let me lose my spot when I have to change characters while I'm waiting in line to. So I think that's so
Right,
dumb.
right. That's a great
Yeah.
yeah,
Like
feature to have.
that's so stupid.
Quality
I
of
have to
life.
lose my. Yeah, like just put some quality of life changes and don't let. Why am I losing my spot? Like,
Facts.
don't let me lose my spot if I'm waiting to play with friends and stuff. Rollback netcode and maybe just remove the GSP and get like an online. Why not? Just for the fun of it. But just one more little extra slither because you already got the Nintendo GameCube on there. Put Melee with rollback netcode on there.
Hey, now you're talking my language. Okay.
Bro,
Let's go.
you do that. I don't care who you are. The world will talk about that forever. And then you let the other Smash cook. People won't even need to worry about that. So that way, because I'm sure New Blood is creating the new Smash, and Sakurai's looking it because he's done. My man said, "I gave you everything. No one can ever match what I plus character. Like I done did it all. New blood, new talent will come in. I'll probably oversee and direct here and there, but I got to let the new kids thrive and shine. And I think, however they're going to do it, let them take their time while we just cook on Ultimate 2.0 with rollback and quality of life changes. And in the diehard Melee, bro, let them cook with a Melee rollback netcode so they don't need Slippy. And people are like, well, I have to use my PC to play. There's a lot of people don't like the idea that they have to play on their computer. They'd rather just play on their console.
True.
So,
True.
dude, you do that. I walk outside and I bet you anybody. Did you see the direct? I don't even know you. Got it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like people would just our feeds on any social media platform would go nuts.
Break the internet, bro.
If that was like a 2-for-1 special, I'd be like, honestly, you're cooked. You didn't even need to have it. You just needed to say that, drop the mic, and then leave, and people would be like, take all my fun. I don't care.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, just had to do that. But anyway, yeah, I'm excited. Actually, one of the things that I wanted to mention that I thought was really cool that I never beat because we're talking about like games on our backlog. Super Mario Brothers Wonder.
Oh yeah, that got an announcement too.
Yeah, and I didn't beat Wonder, and I was like, wow, look at all this extra cool stuff like they're adding to it, and I was like, all right, that'll be like when they add that, I'll just do the 2-for-1 special. I didn't play Bonanza just like you, and it's cool that 2 months later they added a DLC, and you could tell the DLC is just like a fun thing. It's nothing like that crazily expands on the story too much, which is really nice. So I feel like for people that haven't played it, they're like, damn, there's DLC already? Like I'm missing out. I gotta go buy this game now. It's like, no, here's just like this cool side thing that you can do.
It seems like a little roguelike mode in there too,
Yeah,
actually.
that's exactly what I thought. Yeah, because it's like, oh, after you do your run, it's like, okay, well, here you go. All your perks are refreshed. So now you can try and find new artifacts to get new perks to help you out and collect more of these green, emerald, diamond, gem things or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, I did want to, because you said a lot of good things about Smash Brothers, and that's it's something that is very easy for us to talk about because obviously we play the game. We've played the games for a long time, but I got this spark of inspiration just hearing you mention how like they should totally like, you know, do like the melee thing and adding it to the expansion pack for the Nintendo Switch Online service and all that. Like, yes, please do the rollback Neko, do all that stuff. However, I will also say that from just looking at this direct, Nintendo, we can definitely vouch for them in saying that they are really good with synergy. Like they know how to have like a core announcement and then having like I guess you can consider them like sub announcements that would add on to the hype to build up towards like the big thing. So like the example in question now is the Super Mario Galaxy movie is that was what led the entire thing. Like that's what's coming out next April. So what was the next announcement?
20 minutes.
Yeah, like
crazy.
literally it was the first 20 minutes was all Galaxy and like Mario 40th anniversary related like content. And so the very next thing that they announced after the movie announcement was the fact that they're going to be putting Galaxy 1 and 2 on the Switch consoles, and I'm like, of course they are. Like, why wouldn't they? Like, I thought it was gonna be like an HD remaster, but it honestly just looked like it was the same thing.
Boo on Galaxy 1 and 2 remaster remake. Boo bundle. Boo. Boo.
Wait, why are you booing it?
Boo. Boo. You know why? Because I think it's lazy. This is why I say it's lazy. It's because we got a 3D All-Stars and it had Galaxy on there. Now you're making another bundle and putting Galaxy back on there, and they're like, oh yeah, well here's Galaxy 2. Man.
Yeah, no, that I actually mentioned that. I mentioned that on my reaction. I was like, yo, like they just had a bundle, but at least with that bundle, they didn't have both Galaxies. It was just the first one.
Boo. Boo.
So all right, so let me get to my point. So basically, like the idea here, like after you have all these great games come out and you let all these people cook, like there was a joke that I don't know if I heard it somewhere or if I thought of it. I honestly don't remember, but like the fact that they're doing a new Kirby Air Riders and Sakurai is the director behind it. They obviously want a new Smash at some point. Like, why wouldn't they? It makes them so much freaking money. Like,
of course.
They were probably like trying to figure, like they're trying to figure out their whole timetable of like, okay, like what's the plan for within the next 5 to 10 years or whatever. And they're like, well, we need a new Smash for the Switch too. They're like, okay, well, like Sakurai literally like put his whole life out there, like making Ultimate like as good as it was, and like just bringing in all these characters and just like making it like a true celebration of video games in one place, right? And the way I see it, and here's the joke, is like Sakurai probably was like, okay, well, if you guys are gonna ask me to direct another Smash game, I want to do Kirby Air Riders first, and and like they were just like, I bet you got it, like boom, greenlit the shit out of him mad fast, right? And so who knows, like not even to like take away what you thought of doing, what might end up happening, which is like him passing the baton to like another director for like whatever the next Smash game is. I feel like at this point we're in a position in life now where you have games like Fortnite that exist where they constantly are pushing the envelope with the boundaries of what you can do in a video game, right? Like Fortnite started out as like this battle royale, like building shooter, and now it's more than just that. Like you have Rocket League in there, you have like some Lego related stuff in there, like Rock Band and like all these different things. They took away building for the people that like myself don't like the building. They got the zero build, and they have an even faster mode called Blitz where
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, like, and that's what I've been playing. Like literally you will not find me playing regular build mode ever in that game, because like that is a mode that's the reason why I avoided Fortnite for as long as I did. And then they finally were just like, okay, well, at some point you figure they must have asked themselves, well, how do we get more players that aren't already fans to play our game? Well, let's just make modes that would cater more towards them, and boom, And then on top of that, it's Morphin time. So I'm not gonna go on that tangent, but you already know, I mess with Power Rangers a lot. And so that's how I am now a new player of that game, because they introduced characters that I completely resonate with, and B, a mode that I can spend whatever time that I do spend on it and actually enjoy myself, and like and just kind of go along with this whole battle royale theme, because at the end of the day it's still a battle royale, but like at least it feels a lot better for someone like me who does not really like battle royales at all, and at that point. So in relation to the Smash discussion that we're having, I really feel like Smash Ultimate kind of set its own bar, where not only was it just a platform fighter, but it's a fighting game that features a lot of popular characters from other video games. And even from having Cloud, Sephiroth, Sora, that's the big one that no one thought would ever happen. I always had faith, and it happened, right? So there's that. You have Ken and Ryu, our boys from Street Fighter, right? Like you have, Mega Man's in there, like Solid Snake. It's like there's all these characters that represent something in the video game space, like Banjo-Kazooie, right? And even with those characters, there's still so many iconic like characters that could very well fit, and y'all could argue belong in a Smash Brothers type game. So I don't feel like Ultimate was the be all end all, and especially looking at the lay of the land, dude, Nintendo is constantly adding other third-party games to their system. So to me, all that is to me is, these games are essentially tryouts, because if they do well, they're gonna end up in Smash too. And so whenever they get to the next Ultimate, where let's just call it Smash Brothers Infinity, for example, okay? Just to
what a title.
Exactly, right? Like what a title, because this is how out of the box big brain you gotta really think, because it's like they made a history making game that celebrates video game characters and video games in general. And it's like, there's all these other characters that should be featured, that absolutely deserve to be featured. So like the next best thing to do is to not only go above and beyond, because I feel like at this point, there's no reason for them not to bring back everybody again, because it's like, I'm sure it was hard, but like Fortnite makes it look easy. So it's like, if they make it look easy, then it's just a matter of, hey, like, can we feature so-and-so back in this future Smash? You think they're going to say no? Like, what? Like, imagine if Nintendo pulled up to 343 and was like, hey, can we feature Master Chief? You think they're going to say no? You, like, you look how Rare handled the Banjo thing, or Microsoft. Like, Nintendo went right to Microsoft. They're like, oh, yeah, like, can we get Banjo? It's like, and they're like, oh, of course you got... What? Like, yes! Put Banjo in the game. Like Square Enix with Cloud, and like the fact that they even got Sora in there, it's like, come on, bro. And then like they have all these Kingdom Hearts games on the Switch now. It's like one hand completely washed the other, and all they did was help themselves create a new standard for themselves and for all of, because it's like, look at how Sakurai handled. It's like all those characters. Like anytime a new character was featured, he would give people the background on those characters and the games that they came from. It's like, I don't like, yes, at the time, Smash Ultimate was an experience that was like, this was like a once in a lifetime thing. I don't think it's once in a lifetime, bro. I'm pretty sure in the future, we're going to see Hades in Smash. We're going to see characters from like Resident Evil and Mortal Kombat. Like, they're going to be in future Smash games. And so it's not a matter of if, it's when. That is my whole entire take to add to what you're already saying. And plus, I can see in the future when that does happen, like they announce the next Smash game, right? And then next thing you know, here's the Melee, the most anticipated fan awaited game, Melee, to be featured on an official Nintendo console. Like they can really take full advantage of something like this. And And to even go and even further beyond this, dude,
Further
imagine
beyond.
further beyond. Like, okay, stop.
Yeah, yeah.
But like let's see how Super Mario Galaxy does the movie, right? And then
Mhm.
imagine they tease what everybody wants them to do is a Smash Brothers cinematic universe. It's like, dude, how many hands are washing each other, bro? They are setting themselves up for generational success. It's like
I agree with that.
these people's great grandchildren are set for life.
Yeah, facts.
So that's
And they
all.
even said it in there. That what was it? Oh, like or and that might have been you that said like the idea is to keep having these movies in theaters for like years to come. Like
Yeah.
obviously they set the bar, right? Like they set the tone, and they raised the bar, and then Sonic matched it, right? And now
Yes.
Zelda's getting their own too. So like they're clearly like in the space where, all right, we can do this. Clearly, the cinematic universe works for us. There's success in this, and if we do it right and listen, we can produce whatever we want, and
100%.
it'll be a hit. The Smash Brothers um, movie, whew, that's a big task. I think I would prefer that in an anime over a movie
Oh. Well,
because,
oh, I get what
and
you
I
mean
say
though.
this, and I say this because if you look at when they were, it was, I think it was Smash 4. Like some of the animation for some of these characters, like I think it was like Link fighting Pit because they were announcing Palutena. That fight
Mm.
was godlike. It was
Ugh.
just out of this world. And I was like, yo, look at this animation. This looks sick. And I was like, damn, I could see all these characters animated and like having to fight whatever boss they wanted to put out, right? Because they could put anything, really. Yes, I'm the old being. I'm going to smite you toys, blah, 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 blah. Like, it's so easy for them to come up with a, who do we have to fight in order to survive and be toys and live in this kid's room? Shout out to people that don't know that, and that's how Smash started. It's literally a kid playing with his toys in his room. But anyway, like I think anime wise would be better because Smash is, especially the adventure modes, they're long, right? Like if you look at Subspace and if you look at even Ultimate, it's a long story
All
and there's a
right.
lot going on. So they could like spread it, and it doesn't have to be multiple seasons. It could be one nice long season. Maybe they could do it in 13 episodes where each episode is an hour, or they could make it 25
That
seasons.
hey,
Or
that would be pretty interesting if they went that direction.
yeah, like that's how I always envisioned it. I was like, man, what you guys? It just always seemed like the anime route was the best route. But hey, maybe I'm wrong. I don't even know. And you know what? It could even be like, so they don't even have to fucking talk. We could just tell by hand gestures. Just show me what's going on. Show me some hand gestures, and we'd all be like, yeah, I'm down with what you guys are producing, and I'm all about it, right? Now I will agree to disagree with you on the end all be all for Ultimate. I don't think we'll ever get Ultimate in how many characters we got for the simple fact, and hear me out, because I
Mm.
think. And I think, and Maximilian called this out very well, is we got these characters back and all these new, like the DLC characters, we got them because it was Sakurai and he's been there forever. So he's cemented himself and created a name where people can trust him, especially Disney, being like, well, if it's you and you've been in Nintendo for like 30 years and you almost died making Melee, clearly you have a love and aspiration. It's like, yeah, we can give you Sora, right? Like we can make that happen to some, however Square Enix and Disney made Sora happen. I think I truly believe like with Max, because it was him and how much of an impact he's had in the industry. I would say I think it was easier for him to get those kind of characters that we thought were never possible.
Mm-hmm.
And I do think that for now, I don't think we'll ever get 80 plus characters again in a Smash. I don't personally. And I could be wrong. And maybe I am wrong, and great. And maybe Smash will be the new, right? That it'll be the console Mugen that we never knew we were gonna get. But I think that we should open the door for new opportunity to let other characters shine, like you said, like Hades, for example, and Master Chief. Like these are characters people I think even Spyro and Crash Bandicoot,
Oh my
they're
God. Yeah, see what I mean? The
staples.
list goes
Yeah, like
on, man.
yeah. Like obviously the list goes on. We could be here for weeks talking
Hmm.
about this stuff, right? But yeah, I think I do. This is what I feel. I think they should dial back the amount of characters. Um, let new ones shine that have rightfully earned the spot. Still bring in DLC characters because obviously, as from Brawl onward, DLC was just all about it. And it's great because then you get to let other characters shine that may have been in another game or a universe that we just never knew about. And I think that's fantastic. But I think the roster should be personally, I think it should be cut in half. I do.
I can
And
I totally understand that.
yeah, and I don't think we need Echo Fighters. We don't need Pit Dark
Mm,
Pit. We don't need Samus, Dark Samus.
yeah.
But and then like thankfully Ken and Ryu are different, right? Roy and Marth are different, right? But um like I think Crom was similar to somebody. I'm just forgetting who it was. But like a lot of those Fire Emblem characters were very similar in the sense. So like Marth Lucina, you don't really need to do that. They made them
Yeah.
different in
Hmm.
terms of like properties, but everything they executed was exactly the same. But Roy, like he really changed it
Right. Yeah.
melee, which was nice. Yeah. So I think we should ditch the Echo Fighters, um, cut the roster in half, give us rollback. Oh, and a big thing. Let me buy more costumes, please.
Oh, the cost. That would be a
For
first
the
for
love,
Nintendo.
for the love of Holy Christ, please. Let me get more costumes. I found it baffling, baffling that you didn't even have Fire Mario in Ultimate. Like you put like doodoo butter green and brown as colors, but you took Fire Mario away. You have some nerve. We need to talk. You took a
Right.
staple of a color scheme from the originality of Mario.
That's so
Yeah,
funny.
we're gonna ditch that. Like we have a problem. We need to talk. You need to come to my office. But yeah, that's what I think they should do for Smash. But again, obviously everybody has their own take. That's just kind of my take.
Yeah.
Again, cut the roster in half. Remove Echo Fighters. Give us rollback. Let us expand more on the costume. Or hey, you know what? Maybe you can't do this online, but let me customize the color scheme of the character when I'm playing with my friends locally.
I feel like quality of life stuff like that we have
Yeah,
not seen in Smash. I feel like those are easy implementations, whenever the time
yeah,
does come around to
agreed.
that happening. So, I mean, those are some good takes. I'll say overall, even the stuff where like you want the roster cut in half and like even bringing up what shout out to Max when Max was saying about how like the reason why all that stuff was happening because like they trusted Sakurai. That just plays into what I was saying with like maybe this is literally how they get that to happen because they allowed like if they want that same level of success, it's like yeah, like we're gonna need Sakurai, so let him cook with his Kirby Air Riders, have fun with that, and then
Right.
at
And that's why I think he'll probably direct. I don't think he'll be hands on, but like he'll oversee it. So at least there's trust behind it. No, like, all right, he's looking over this. This should still be good.
yeah, okay, you know what the best way to phrase that is if they if Sakurai ends up becoming like the Akira Toriyama of like the video game industry in the sense
Word.
where he like when he was, still with us, Toriyama-san was a part of creating new things and ideas for Dragon Ball, but his main priority was to simply just oversee and like that's it.
Yeah.
They used his namesake as like an attachment piece to ensure that their sales would be what they would expect them to be. But in reality, it was like, someone else, aka Toyotaro, who would handle literally drawing and, creating the some of the scripts for the Dragon Ball Super manga that ended
Right.
up coming out. And obviously, throughout all that time, like Toriyama was there and making sure like, okay, yeah, this is good. Yeah, sure, this is fine. But and they would still put, even though it was Toyotaro, this is story by Toyotaro, like Akira Toriyama's name would be right next to his ass. So I feel like,
Every time.
yeah, I feel like for Smash Brothers, they could see themselves in a situation like that where it's like Sakurai has worked his life, like his whole life, is working so hard, I should say, on like making sure that Smash Brothers just kind of like does better than the last version every single time.
Yeah,
And
agreed.
I feel like, as like, because obviously he's way older now and all that stuff, and keep make like having a healthy life is something that I feel like is being more pushed on people, which is great. That's awesome.
Right.
Creators are of all types are getting time to take time off, relax, like not have such a rigorous work schedule, even though people still be working hard, but it's just like health is
Yeah.
prioritized. And I feel like that's
Correct.
super important. And I feel like
Correct.
if they do it right, there's a world where I can see both, like what you're saying and what I'm saying happening, where it's like they could have a new person like at the helm, like given the opportunity to do like what all these things, but they still have Sakurai there acting in as like the granddaddy, overseer, supervisor, editor role, or director, a supervising editor or director role to whoever would take the mantle. So that way that trust would still be intact with all these other game studios to allow their characters to be featured in Smash Bros. I feel like depending on who we're talking about, some might need a little bit more convincing than others, but like at the end of the day, I feel like if Nintendo is knocking at the door and the heading of the letter says Smash Brothers collaboration, I'm sure they're not gonna even have to read the rest of that. Literally, it'd be like, yes, like set up an appointment right now. Like, let's make it happen. Like, who you want?
It'll come with that. It'll come with the envelope with that red ink with Smash Brothers logo, just like sealed onto it, like they did in Smash 4 when all the characters were getting the invite.
That's all.
They just send it out. Yeah.
How would you? This is a side note. How would you feel if you ever received a letter in the mail that was exactly that? Would you like fucking freak the hell? I'd be like, oh, it's like I'm in Smash.
I'd flip the house over and the universe at the same time. Yeah, no. Like, are you kidding me? Yeah. I got a note with an official Smash logo, wax sealed to print onto this envelope, and it's got my name on it.
Dude,
brother.
Dude, those invitations were next level. Oh my god! I hope they do that again in the future. That'd be fire.
That was so crisp because you never knew who was gonna be.
Right.
Who was gonna grab the envelope? And they had fun with it too, which was really cool. And it always kept you like, damn, is it this one? Is it that person? Who's gonna get it? Like,
yeah.
It was awesome.
Yeah. Oh, see, man, Smash is built different, bro. Come on, like
it is. It's very unique. It's a beautiful game, man, and I cherish and I love it. I just want them to do right by it for the future. Also,
100%.
Now that Sony doesn't own Evo, bring back Smash. I'm just saying.
Hey, I ding that.
Put it on the grandest stage. Put it on the grandest stage once again. It's been a long.
It belongs
they should be. They should be cherished and appreciated for all the hard work the community does. Because I'm telling you, there's no community like they're something special. They're very unique. I'll give them credit for that. They're very unique and they're
100%.
loud, very loud.
100%. Well, I feel like that, unless there's anything else you want to talk about from this direct, I think I'm good.
Yeah, last thing, that bundle again for Galaxy 1 and 2, these bastards are selling the games individually on the eShop store. See? Thieves. Thieves. I'm telling you, bro, it's messed up that they're doing this whole bundle thing. I'm sorry. I just had to put that out there because of the 3D already All-Star collection that we got, and then they have the audacity.
Yeah, like
the game is like for the movie. Yeah, thieves. I caught on to your shenanigans.
And hold on. And so this is something that, like, these are officially just reselling the originals. There's no remasters ports at all, right?
No, they're ports of the Wii game. It might look a little bit better. And then the only thing they did, they were like, well, hey, we added a little, words to the storybook that wasn't there before. We added that, and hey, get the book physically. Oh, but hey, guess what? That physical book, it doesn't have the extra words we added to this part. Why not?
Yeah, I peeped that too.
Like, are you serious, bro?
Yeah, that's
Really.
crazy. I don't understand that.
You're literally like you're playing with my emotions in front of my face and smiling, and you're going into my wallet and reach out for
Yeah.
thievery, not letting it happen, dog. Yeah,
That
so I look as a man that I told you that would die on the Galaxy Hill because I think it's the greatest. I'll say it again, the greatest 3D Mario game. That is just straight thievery. Like I think that
yeah.
bundle is trash. I think it's trash. Honestly, I think it's like, how dare you? You did the 3D All Stars. You made it timed. You timed the game so that way you can never buy it again. And now you're making another bundle exclusively for Galaxy for the movies, brother. Robbery.
That's OD.
Not a
So
fan.
do you see how much they're selling them individually for?
Oh my, no. Oh, I'm actually afraid to look.
Bro, what
Um,
okay, instant reaction. They're $60 each. What are you doing?
no. Oh, okay. I thought you were serious.
No, no, no.
Oh,
I'm
man.
asking. I'm asking. I'm asking. I'm asking. I'm
Oh.
asking. How would you feel?
I'm boycotting. Honestly, I'm boycotting. That's not fair.
Yeah,
That's not fair.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's not right.
$60 for those? Nah, bro. If they're 60,
That would be OD.
crazy. Yeah, it should be honestly 30.
Yeah, that would be
But
fair. That'd be fair.
but see, now it goes, all right, 30 for each, but if you buy the bundle, 50 or 60. Like, brother, nah, man. I don't know. Like they could just play the Mario IP is OD when the games are never like dropping in price, like ever. Yeah, so I don't know. I hope it's properly priced right. And yeah, I hope it's fair. That's
Yeah.
all I'm saying. I'm not buying it. I'm telling you right, I'm not. I don't care. I really don't care. Like I'm not supporting that. I think that's just straight highway robbery and thievery. For those that have never played it, congratulations that you can play one of the greatest or the greatest 3D Mario game of all time. But the fact that they just kind of like threw it in our face again was like, well, now you got to get this bundle. Nah, B, get out of here.
Well, to be
Not doing
fair, I will say that, like respectfully, I'm not gonna get them because I already have the 3D All Star bundle, so I can at least play the first one. And if I ever do play the first one, it'll be off of that because I did get the cartridge. Because fun fact, if you get digital, you don't really own your games in the long run. But I'm just saying that.
Facts.
I'm
Yeah,
just saying.
no, you're right. You're right. And I'm not a fan of that. But see, and it's like, so for you in that sense, you can get just Galaxy 2
Right.
because you already have the 3D All Stars. So
Yeah.
it works for you in that sense. And I would wish if you could just buy it for like $15. That'd be fantastic. I think that'd be
Yeah.
worth it. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like
But-
with that bit of knowledge, that adds more value to physical games anyway. Digital,
Yeah.
you're getting you're now they're trying to entice people to get digital over physical by releasing it early, maybe
Yeah.
having like a limited time discount, things like along those lines. But for me, I'm just like, if it's a game that I actually really really want, I will probably end up getting both versions, so I have a physical version. And if I really needed to play it as soon as I needed it, then obviously, like, I'm gonna have that digital version as well. But when it comes to this, it's like, I mean, if I get around to it, I get around to it. I'm sure, like, by next year around April, actually no, the month of March, I'll probably end up at least attempting to have like a Mario like themed month or something leading up to the movie.
I'm holding you to it. Yep, holding you to it.
All
Right
right, yeah, hold me to it. Go ahead, hold me to it, man.
I'm gonna hold you to
Because
it.
Mario Day is in March anyway. I'm pretty sure.
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah.
March 10th is Mario Day.
Yeah, so there you go. So,
Mm.
actually, hold on, really quick before we like dip out. I did want to ask you about the Super Mario Tennis Fever. That was like the last thing I wanted to bring up.
Oh yes. Yeah. We could close off with this.
Yeah.
It's fighting game tennis. I love it.
Yeah.
It's fighting game tennis, and which was, I don't know if you played the one on the Switch, but that one was like they considered it a fighting game as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah. So okay. So the reason why I wanted to ask you, right, is because I wanted to first ask, like, this, just for clarification, this is a brand new Mario Tennis, right?
Yes. So the last one was called Aces.
Okay,
This
because
one's called Fever.
yeah. Okay. So I wanted to point that out first because I felt like, I'm like, this this is pretty soon for another tennis game, don't you think? And I feel like they did that on purpose because they realized the backlash on aces, because
Yeah.
I've only heard terrible things about
Yep.
aces.
Yep.
So yeah, so okay, I wanted to get that clarification now. So like, so are you looking forward to Mario Tennis, the Fever version?
I am, because Aces got good when it was too late.
Mm,
That was the thing. Yeah, because they were giving out. I don't know if you remember, it was free DLC like every month. So they were just giving you free characters, and they had. I don't remember exactly how many they had, but I think it was 5 or more. So they were giving you a lot, but nobody cared because
mm.
the game was not great. And then when it got good, it was at the end when no one was playing it, and the only way you would find people playing is if like people went hard on it because they discovered that this game has a lot of depth and it's actually a fighting game and there's like meter aspect to things. And I was like, this is amazing. Which now Fever really displayed, and it has that new drive there that's there to do your ultimate attacks and stuff. I'm like, oh, okay, we got fighting game tennis. I like this, and I think it looks like, based on what I'm seeing, I definitely would want to hear from Ace's entrepreneur how they saw that representation and feel like if it's a step up or if they're still skeptical on it.
So I will add that I was told a story from my cousin who was so excited for aces that a part of the gripes that people were having was that like it was a very hyped up game to be something that it ended up not being, where
Yep.
you couldn't even play online with people, from
It
what
was dog shit. Yeah, it's terrible.
like, imagine being in a modern era. We're in the 2020s, right? And you come out with a game that obviously in an era where we are all online, playing online with each other and with a lot of random people, it's like, how do you not feature that? So here's the story really quick. He bought the game. He was so hype. Him and 3 other friends bought it, and they could not play with each other. And he was so mad. He refunded the game. He does not refund games, and he refunded Mario Tennis Aces. And I was like, wow, that's OD. So the fact,
like that, man.
yeah. So the fact that we're getting a new one, and I do like, and it was such a surprise to see, because I thought it was a separate game that they were introducing after Fever, and I'm like, wait a minute, they're giving you an adventure mode in a tennis game, and like I thought that was actually kind of fire. I'm not even gonna lie, like that's actually
it
sick.
looked amazing.
Yeah.
And I will say, Ace's Adventures mode, terrible.
Oh man, so yeah, like this was different. This 100% confirms my speculation that the fact that they made Fever was damage control on Aces. Like they are trying to make sure that people never have a reason to talk about Aces when they have a very good game in Mario Tennis Fever. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just makes perfect sense. And I guess that's like, I hope Mighty Keith does a skit about that, where he literally like he makes like a video about like how people reacted, or how Nintendo reacted to the release of Mario Tennis Aces, and then they immediately started working on Tennis Fever to make up for that.
They probably did, because it's been like 5+ years.
Has it really been that long already?
Yeah. Aces came out a long time ago, if not longer.
Damn.
Yeah, Aces came out quite a number of years ago. So this looks better. I don't know if it will, or again, it is going to be better. I would need somebody that continued to play Aces to kind of look at this trailer and be like, oh, look at all they cleaned up.
Oh wow, it came out 2018.
It just
you're right.
looks like, yes, it came out a long time ago. Yeah,
wow, that's 7 years ago. What the hell? That was damn.
Yeah.
I don't know why I felt like that game came out like 3 years ago at the very least. That's funny.
Yeah, no, it came out such a long time, because again, these were part of those games that were trying to cook before Smash dropped on December of 2018. So all of these games were coming out pretty quickly. Well, not quickly, but like one after another on basis. And I remember that one of them, and I was like, "Word, this is going to be like the that's gonna hold me out while I'm waiting for like other games that are an announcement for Smash or whatever it is. Till then, and that game dropped as fast as it came out, man. Like it just dropped, and like after the first month, they were like, "Well, here's this DLC," and we were like, "We don't care," because this game sucks. Like it's just terrible. So yeah, it's just yeah. And then like I said, when it got good, but it was too late because everyone was like, nah, we moved on. We're doing other things. You can't bring us back. You didn't listen, so too
Yeah.
late. And now this one looks cool. I like that they're all babies. They have to relearn how to play. The adventure mode looks cool. It looks enticing and interactive and engulfing. Like I'm like, man, this looks like a lot of fun. But yeah, I'm curious to see like when they show more what it's really gonna break down to see if it's gonna. Now again, brother, these games are like 70, 80, $90. My backlog will get smaller and smaller, at least for games.
Yeah. And speaking of prices, Cliff, I looked up the price for the Galaxy
Oh
games.
no. Don't tell me it's full price, man.
Nah. They met us in the middle. They met us in the middle. They're gonna be 40 each.
Robbery.
40 each. Not you said 30. You were close. You were closer than I said. 40
Come on,
each. I just
man.
checked the eShop right now.
40 each. Oh my. And how much is the bundle? 70? You saved $10?
Yeah, actually.
Oh my God. All right, I'm done.
Yo, look
We
at
can end
this.
on that note.
I can't
We
make
can
this
end on
up.
that note. Oh my God.
Well, listen,
Oh.
thanks for joining me on this impromptu post Nintendo Direct show. We should try doing this in the future because this is kind of fun. I like doing that.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, you will see more of Uchi and myself.
Oh,
We will
yes.
collab more.
Yes.
We have more stuff coming.
Yes.
Be patient.
Mm.
Please be patient. We're cooking. We're cooking.
Yes.
Just be
We're
patient and tune in. All right.
we got the
Be on the
seasoning
lookout.
ready. Yep.
Yeah. The adobo is right there. I promise.
Oh, yes. He's speaking my language now.
The adobo is right there. We're gonna sprinkle it on everything, and it's
Mhm.
promise. Promise. But yo, thank you for your time, man. I'm glad we
Yes.
were able to do this. This was so much fun. Enjoy the rest of your day. Chat, I'll see you guys all later. Tonight, I'll be back on. What was that game, that co-op game that you said that was fire, that looked
Oh,
really good? That was like a
that
roguelike?
yeah, Storm Lancers. I'm actually gonna see how much that
Yeah.
one is right now.
Yeah. I might stream that tonight because that looked like a Cliff Dog game written all over it.
Hell
And I was like,
yeah.
man. Yeah, I was like, what? Co-op? Roguelike? Like this? Okay, right before we go, have you ever played a game called Shadow Complex for the Xbox 360?
Shadow Complex? I don't think so. It sounds very,
Yeah.
very vaguely familiar though.
This was during the Xbox Live Arcade genre, and they used to have like a summer
Mm.
fest where they were just dishing out like indie banger after banger. And one was called Shadow Complex, and it was like a Metroidvania rogue. Kind of reminded me of that, and I was very interested into it. So I wasn't sure if you've ever heard of it or seen. Bro, if you can find a way to play that game, you won't put it down. And it's not long. It's probably like 8 hours long, so it doesn't have to be a sit in your backlog kind of thing. But you would thoroughly enjoy. Called Shadow Complex for Xbox 360. Find a way to play it one day, and I promise you won't be mad.
Yeah. All right. So wait, what was it called again?
Shadow Complex?
Shadow Complex. Okay, I'll try to remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Storm Lancers $20.
20. Yeah. Yeah, that has to be added. That and Silk Song. I have to get those today.
Ooh, that's a reminder. I still need to beat the first Hollow Knight.
Yeah, I'm just gonna move past it. Who
Yeah.
cares? Who cares?
Who cares?
I'm
Who
just gonna
cares?
move past it. Yeah,
I love it.
so
I
we don't
love
have to talk about that. Yeah, that backlog can stay backlog. Yeah, who cares? We'll move past it.
All right,
But I love you,
man.
brother.
Love you too,
Have a
man.
good one,
Thanks.
man.
Thanks for doing this with me.
Yes, sir. Take care, and I'll see you later, man.
All right, see you.